So my movie nerd friends who I hang out with and I talk to, there's a couple of us, and we all agree Spielberg is like one of our favorites, but to me, he's my favorite, and others, they agree like Tarantino, Scorsese. But I do have one friend who says to me, dude, have you ever seen Munich, Spielberg's best movie? It's the one movie that I have never seen and I actually had to buy on Amazon. I actually got it a few weeks ago and I got to watch it tonight. And it's 2 hour and 44 minute runtime. And I know my friend's gonna watch this review and he's gonna text me and be like, what did you just say? Munich. The film released in 2005, directed by Steven Spielberg and starring Eric Bana and Daniel Craig. Based in the 1972 Olympics in Israel, where this group of athletes are basically kidnapped, or not kidnapped, well they're held hostage, and then some of them are very much brutally murdered by these 11 men who are an Israel people who get away from it, and now we have 5 Jewish men who are sent here in Israel to kill and assassinate all 11 men, and we get to see the struggles of this, and we get to see the brutality of this nation of what it was in 1972 after this terrible thing happened. Now, like I said, this was the very first time I've ever seen Munich. I just got it on Blu-ray. I now actually have seen every Spielberg film after this movie. I still will review all the movies, obviously, but this was the film, like, I just have never really seen. I've never seen it on TV or anything, because, like, again, it's one of those movies where I don't even see it in stores. I order off Amazon. Now let's start with the positives. First things first, Eric Bana is fantastic in this movie. I know, 2003 Hulk, but besides that, the man is a really good actor. I mean, he's fantastic in this movie. He has, to me, the best character throughout this entire movie. The very beginning, we get to see him have a baby. His wife is getting ready to have the baby. We get to see him have the baby, and he's just having to go to Israel for this disgusting mission, but America wants this thing to happen, and they want it to happen on the lowest end. So that's why the capital of Israel, the ma'am, I forget her name, I've just had her name in my head, but basically she says, we don't want anything, we don't want to be nice to these people, we want to kill these 11 men that did this. So America gets these 5 Jewish men on a secret mission to do it. And I love that story. I love seeing Eric Bana's character because, like I said, the very beginning we see him as a man, but in this movie, we see a damaged man who is just freaking out walking down the street with his daughter. We see him get to see the delusions and these illusions of what happened over there. The movie does a really good job with Eric Bana dealing with the situation and even questioning what he's doing. Toward the middle of this movie, we get to see a great scene of him talking to a leader about after it's all over, Israel and America, it's still not going to be alike with all the land ownerships and everything. It's one of those great scenes where we get to see 2 characters from different sides of the aspect, and we get to see them both talk about it and have a discussion about it. It's one of the best scenes in the movie, and again, Eric Bana and the leader's performance, fantastic. Every actor in this movie is really, really good. Jeffrey Rush, Daniel Craig, all of them. It's really well acted, and the cinematography is really good, I have to admit. There is sometimes the white, bright white, like always. It's there. But I mean, this time it kind of works. The darker tones of this movie and how, like, realistic the action scenes are and the blood effects. And, like, this was definitely a hard R movie. And just seeing, like, the opening scene of them attacking these people, it's terrifying. It feels real, especially with the handheld cam. Spielberg did a really good job with this movie. And what was actually really interesting reading about this movie, they actually filmed this movie really fast because apparently Spielberg wanted to get some Oscar consideration. And this movie did get nominated for 5 Oscars, including director and picture in 2005. But apparently they really did rush the production to get it to Oscar season, which is kind of strange coming from Spielberg, but I mean, he's always going for an Oscar. I mean, aren't we all, honestly? Now, this is where I actually lead to my issues. The movie, guys, I can't lie. The story is good. I was intrigued with the story. For the first 30 minutes, the movie is just so fucking long. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, I at one point was like, I am bored. It doesn't help, I'll be honest, it does not help that I watched this movie from midnight and it ended almost near 3 a.m. The movie is really, really long. And that second act, I have to admit, I was bored. Yes, there's a really cool action scene, which again is really well edited and directed in this hotel, but it's a weird edit. It's literally in the middle of shooting, and then it just cuts to like a slow scene. Sometimes the editing does that. There's weird edits to like a really intense scene, and it'll edit to another just dramatic scene or a slow scene, which it was off-putting. Because again, there's really intense scenes, like the scene with the phone and the daughter, and they're at the phone booth and they run off to that guy who's turning on the radio and she's on the phone and it's about to explode. Intense shit. Really intense shit. Especially the scene with Eric Bana and the lamp, where he's turning on the lamp and then boom, like it's intense. There are great scenes like that in this movie, but it's so long, and there's again a lot of talking scenes. I know a lot of you are gonna think, you're young, you don't get it. This is a grown-up movie. And you know what? You're right. Because I can't lie, guys. I'm being honest to you. I was a little bit bored. I was slow. And after this movie was over, I was like, it didn't stick with me as much. Maybe if we cut like 40 minutes and we had more of the characters of our 5 men, I might have liked it more. But the movie started to pick up a little bit once the men started getting picked off, and then it led to like only 2 of them. That's when it got like good from that point to the very end. I was more intrigued for sure. I'm gonna give Munich a B. I am actually scared to look at the comments for this movie. Again, the movie has a great story. Spielberg is great, the acting, everything, but it is a very long movie that I definitely it didn't stick with me as much as like Schindler's List, Saving Private Ryan. It didn't stick with me as much, which is kind of a shame, but again, I know a lot of people that just love this movie. Now, on Monday, we will continue the Spielberg series with Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Yeah. Yep. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoy this review, and I will see you guys on Monday. Bye-bye, everyone.